evening and welcome to this edition of News Leader. Today is Tuesday, November the 23rd, 2021. I'm Andrew Todd. In tonight's news, the Tullahoma Wildcats are 13-0 after last weekend's win over Pearl Cone. We have more coverage from Tullahoma's Veterans Day ceremony, and South Jackson Civic Center hosted Alzheimer Tennessee and their speaker Dr. Daniel Potts. We'll have all these stories and more on tonight's News Leader.
I got a tour and I saw all the things and I was so excited about them. And she took me to the movie theater and it had red chairs. So this is a done deal and I like it.
We have so many activities here that you just can't keep up with them all. We have exercise, we have coloring, we have crafts.
It's charming, it's attractive, it's very comfortable. It was one of the best decisions of my life.
The Bookshelf in Tullahoma is the fundraising arm of the Coffee County Literacy Council. Since 1988, the Literacy Council's goal and purpose has been to support and promote adult basic education in Coffee County. We enable individuals to complete their high school equivalency exam, which helps them get better jobs or continue into higher education. The Bookshelf at 114 Southwest Atlantic Street in Tullahoma is where we sell used books, which are donated to us by the community. Come see us, bring your books to donate, and join us as you find every genre of books that you can imagine.
MacArthur Manor Assisted Living is passionate about creating better experiences for our Manchester seniors. Our residents describe us in a few words.
Welcoming.
When you walk through the doors at MacArthur Manor, we'll treat you like family.
Caring.
Through high standards of personalized care, we help residents live life to its fullest.
Engaging.
With a wide range of life-enriching activities, there is something for everyone at MacArthur Manor. With our residents and staff now vaccinated, call us today to schedule your safe and personalized tour.
Welcome back. The 2021 Tullahoma Wildcats football team are the first to win 13 games in a season and are just 2 wins away from their first state championship title. On Friday night, the Wildcats struggled early against Pearl Cone, but turned it around in the second half to come away with the win. John Gray spoke with Coach Olive on Saturday morning about the win.
End of the first quarter, and they're controlling the ball, and nobody has scored, but concerned about how they're controlling the football right now.
And we've made a living off of both offense and defense this year, but our defense has been exceptional. And as we go forward on into this ball game, you will see some really outstanding defensive play. Because our young men bow up, and it's like I don't know, maybe 5, 6, 8 years ago, something like that. We had a team that just wouldn't quit. I mean, they bow up on the end zone 1 yard line, and our defense played exceptionally well last night. And their defense is playing good. They're like you say, they're one of the toughest defensive lines we go up against.
Oh, they're the best that we've seen so far.
Yeah.
We got hopefully 2 more games to see if anybody else has got it tougher. Yeah. But so far, both games, regular season and in this game, their defensive front's the best we've gone against. They've controlled the first half, both sides of the ball. Our defense is playing well, though, and the offense has finally moved it the last drive there to pick up our first 3 first downs of the game. And it tells us that we probably need to open up the offense even more in the second half, and that's what we'll do.
Yep.
In the 100 years of Tullahoma football, it's the first team to win 13 games. It's the 3rd team to go to the state semifinals. So,
and it's the first team to go undefeated 2 years in a row, isn't it?
In the regular season to go undefeated, 2 back-to-back. They're the first team to do that. If they want to keep distinguishing themselves, if they win this semifinal game, they'll be the first team to go try to play for a gold ball in the sport of football.
The table is set.
Just got to, every week you got to get ready. You got to try to stay healthy. And, it's exciting times to be a part of Tullahoma football. Yeah, we're out of school this week, so we'll be practicing. Our day will start for the players at 10 o'clock in the morning, and we'll practice through the midday there and get everybody home. Right now we've been having to finish up in the dark under the lights, and that has put some wear and tear on our game field that it really doesn't need.
Right.
And so with us being out of school, we can go. And then Thursday morning, we'll go probably even a little bit earlier just so people can try to go celebrate Thanksgiving with family. And obviously, there'll be some of us who are used to going out of town and so forth for Thanksgiving that I believe we'll all be willing to make the sacrifice to stay here in town and see if we can find a way to win a ball game and get to go to Chattanooga the next week.
That'll be great. Congratulations, Coach Olive, to you and your staff, your young men, and the Wildcat. I mean, this is over you, the Wildcat Nation, the Wildcat Tribe, herd. It's a great arena of friends and supporters and family and do-gooders and helpers and feeders and groomers, and it just goes on and on and on. And to the point that people who don't even live here come to Tullahoma to go to football games. It's that outstanding environment and what's going on, and we just want to say thank you to you and everybody that's involved. All of us, the whole town who's behind this thing and in the stands and screaming and hollering and dancing and clapping and enjoying something that these young boys, I don't care if they go on all the way to play pro ball, it'll never be better than this right here.
Right now, it's a great community
with
experience.
Your friends that you've grown up with.
The only thing that you left out is they roll the old coach's yard on big victories, and last night was no exception. The yard was rolled. So
you need a tree sweeper.
I think that the grandchildren of the original culprits, because the original time it happened was when we beat Franklin County in that very first year.
Okay.
And now I think it's grandchildren of those original people that are rolling my yard still, so it's good.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
We teach Parkinson's patients how to move big and not let the Parkinson's slow them down. I've had patients I've treated in-house that could not even stand up, could not roll over in the bed, left the facility walking with a walker, have come back to us in outpatient and continued their big program and are now completely, handling life. The success of the program is just phenomenal.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
I was skeptical about getting the COVID-19 vaccine. There are a lot of opinions being shared. But I had the chance to talk with my doctor about my concerns. He told me the vaccines are backed by decades of research, and that the vaccines are proven safe and effective. Now I'm protected and ready to put this pandemic behind us. Join the millions of Tennesseans who have decided to give COVID-19 vaccines a shot. Visit covid19.tn.gov to find an appointment today.
The individuals with dementia, those with Parkinson's, those that have maybe mobility issues, need caregivers. Well, those caregivers are 24 hours a day at home, and they never get a rest. And if they have to go to work, they're kind of out of luck. So that's why Trinity came into existence 25 years ago, to allow the caregivers to have a safe center where they could put their loved ones, know they would be well cared for, stimulated, fed good nutritious meals, have activities to their level, and then the caregiver can stop by and pick them up and go on home and have some continuity into their life.
Welcome back. Lloyd Smith's performances are always one of the favorite parts of the Tullahoma Veterans Day celebration, and this year was no exception. In this video, we bring you his patriotic medley presentation.
Something I play from thunder.
We'll be right back with more news after these messages.
It's not invoice. It's not MSRP. It's not Christmas Day, although it may feel like it. It's the lowest prices in Middle Tennessee, period. It's a Stan McNabb Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram or Stan McNabb Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac before these prices are gone forever.
All right, the cat's out of the bag at Carroll Street Liquor in Tullahoma. Now you know where to go if you're planning a get-together and want the ideal wine or spirit. Party planning can be stressful, but at Carroll Street Liquor you'll find everything you need. Mixers, gift sets, and all of your favorite spirit brands. So if you're feeling the pressure to pull off the ideal party, come to Carroll Street Liquor and select among the seemingly endless supply of wines, spirits, gift sets, and more. Your perfect party, it's in the bag with Carroll Street Liquors.
So you've been meaning to do something healthy, commune with nature, get outdoors and meet new people. We have the perfect solution. Come hike with us. You can find a Tennessee Trails Association chapter near you, including Clarksville, Columbia Franklin, Highland Rim, Jackson, Knoxville, Oak Ridge, Memphis, Murfreesboro, Nashville, Plateau at Crossville, and Upper Cumberland. We're on the web at TennesseeTrails.org. It's fun, it's stress-free, and it's good for you. See you on the trails. Welcome back. Alzheimer's Tennessee and South Jackson Civic Center hosted Dr. Daniel Potts on stage at South Jackson Civic Center on Saturday night. In addition to his original photographs and his father's watercolors on display in the reception room, Dr. Potts presented Preserving Personhood Through the Arts to explain how beneficial art therapy can be with dementia and Alzheimer patients. Here Dr. Potts explains how different kinds of memory works.
Memory, and about how we form memories, and then about how we access memories, and the special role that art and music and other expressive arts have in helping us to call up those memories. Specifically, autobiographical memory, which kind of tells us the story of our lives. And for a person that lives with dementia, this can be an amazing thing to access through the expressive arts. Discuss a little bit of the neuroscience of memory, talk a little bit about how memory is affected in Alzheimer's, explore artistic engagement as a way of accessing memory and life story and really personhood in people with dementia. Identify some elements of personhood and narrative that are present in my dad's art that came out after the diagnosis, and talk about really the power of art and memory and story in one person to foster creativity in another. That's what happened to me. Old Papa helped me to find my artistic gift as well as the folks that loved him. So, without getting into too much detail here, I wanted to talk a little bit about some of the kinds of memory that we deal with. We certainly take in a lot of bits of information all the time. I mean, very brief sensory memory, we call that sort of very brief, lasting milliseconds to seconds. Sights, sounds, smells, etc. Our short-term and our working memory is memory that we take in and retain for a short period of time that allows us to operate in our environments. It lasts for seconds to minutes. And then we can lay down long-term memory. So we have declarative or explicit memory, which is conscious memory for learned facts. That's called semantic memory. And then we have memory for experienced events. That's called episodic memory. These are memories that we're conscious of and that we can report. And then, of course, there's non-declarative memory, or we call implicit memory. And this is non-conscious memory. One of those types of non-conscious memory is procedural memory, how to ride a bike. We never forget that. A pianist who hasn't played in years can sit down and play some piano work. So long-term memory is of course very important. We encode memory through taking in all these sights and sounds and emotions and the meaning of what's been perceived by paying attention to it, by repeating it, and we consolidate it and store it. And one of the parts of the brain that is involved in consolidating and storage is the hippocampus. And of course, the people that are familiar with Alzheimer's know that the hippocampus takes a hit early on in the diagnosis of Alzheimer's disease. So one professor that I had told me to think of it as the save button on your computer. So that the hippocampus helps to save new information, but it also helps to file it away and helps to direct it into long-term memory, and then helps to call it up again. The prefrontal cortex in the front part of the brain is involved with this working memory, the memory that we need to sort of accomplish what we have to do in the moment. And it can hold 7 plus or minus 2 items for about 15 to 30 seconds, and that's about all it can do. And then we have the amygdala, which is involved in the emotional content, emotion and surprise, and it tells the hippocampus, hey, pay attention to this. Pay attention to this. This is important. Autobiographical memory is the important thing I want to mention tonight, and that's the life story that is made up of most of these meaningful long-term memories. And of course, the reminiscence bump, which is ages 15 to 30 about, is very, very important for our autobiographical memory. And this is one of the reasons that when you're trying to find music that's suitable to interact with persons living with Alzheimer's disease, you want to call up those songs, that dial up those songs that were familiar to them in their teens, 20s, and maybe up to 30. It's important to remember that when we think of an event that we want to remember, or a scene or an experience, and we re-remember it, we are laying over that new memory upon the old memory, so that the next time we remember, we're remembering the newer memory. Isn't that interesting? We're remembering memory 2.0, 3.0, 4.0. And so that is interesting to me, primarily because the context in which we're remembering that old memory may make us remember it differently. So if we have, for instance, a traumatic memory, a painful memory, if we now re-remember that in a different setting that is supportive, that is healing, that is upbuilding, it may help to rewrite the traumatic aspects of that memory. And that's one of the reasons that art therapy is so effective for people that have had trauma.
We'll be right back with more News Leader after these messages.
MacArthur Manor Assisted Living is passionate about creating better experiences for our Manchester seniors. Our residents describe us in a few words.
Welcoming.
When you walk through the doors at MacArthur Manor, we'll treat you like family.
Caring.
Through high standards of personalized care, we help residents live life to its fullest.
Engaging.
With a wide range of life-enriching activities, there is something for everyone at MacArthur Manor. With our residents and staff now vaccinated, call us today to schedule your safe and personalized tour.
To be honest, I was skeptical about getting the COVID-19 vaccine.
I checked what the CDC says and spoke with my doctor about the potential side effects. It definitely made me much less anxious. She told me if I have some arm pain or feel tired, that's completely normal as my body builds a defense to the virus.
I was willing to take the vaccine to protect me, my family, and my friends.
Join the millions of Tennesseans who have decided to give COVID-19 vaccines a shot. Visit covid19.tn.gov to find an appointment today.
I had a knee replacement, so they've got me in life care, which I'm very, very thankful for. I couldn't garden, I couldn't do my flower beds, I can't chase my little dogs. I have been in several therapy sessions for knees and back, and that's the best therapist I believe I've ever been to. It's tremendous because I'm able to walk again, but if it wasn't for the care, I wouldn't be where I am.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Welcome back. At approximately 7:30 a.m. on Saturday morning, Coffee County District 6 hazmat team consisting of personnel from Manchester and Tullahoma Fire, as well as Coffee County EMA personnel, were requested to respond mutual aid to Winchester Utilities for a leaking chlorine gas cylinder. Upon the team's arrival, technicians were suited up and sent in to determine the location and size of the leak. A special device was placed on the 1-ton cylinder to stop the leak. Winchester Fire, along with A&E Ambulance Service, were on scene as well to help with medical evaluations and decontamination of personnel who had entered the hot zone. No injuries were reported and no product was released from the building as air scrubbers clean the air before it's released. Thanks to our area first responders, a potentially deadly accident was quickly diffused. Hats off to all the men and women involved. And don't forget to tune in to this week's Living Show tonight at 6:30 p.m., Thursday morning at 9 a.m., and Thursday, Friday, and Saturday evenings at 6:30 p.m. This week's guests include local musician who's making it big, Macy Tabor. The Coffee County Retired Teachers have an event coming up, And we'll meet the new director of Tullahoma Parks and Rec Department, Dave Anderson. All that and more on this week's Living. And stay with us, we'll have your weather forecast right after these messages.
I got a tour and I saw all the things and I was so excited about them. And she took me to the movie theater and it had red chairs. So this is a done deal and I like it.
We have so many activities here that you just can't keep up with them all. We have exercise, we have coloring, we have crafts.
It's charming, it's attractive, it's very comfortable. It was one of the best decisions of my life.
There's a lot of talk about the risks associated with the COVID-19 vaccine, but the reality is, it's safer than going for a run. Give it a shot. Find a free appointment today at covid19.tn.gov.
We're losing it, doctor.
Not on my shift. Quickly, brush. Roller.
What a transformation. It's gonna be okay.
Okay, nothing.
At Paintworks of Tullahoma, we specialize in domestic emergencies with Martin Senior Paints. You can be the paint doctor too when you treat your home with Martin Senior interior and exterior finishes.
Doctor, we've got another one.
Got you covered.
Paintworks of Tullahoma. Come see the paint doctor, Stat.
We tend to lose our motivation when we have something that's chronic, but you've got to do what you can early on as you can. After I'd exercise like that, I would have a lot of energy to do housework or whatever I needed. Well, I would recommend it highly to anyone at any degree of Parkinson.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Welcome back. We'll take a look at your weather forecast at this time, starting with your weather history on this date. Our record high was in 1973 at 78 degrees. Record low was in 1937 at 17 degrees. The average high for this day is 57 and the average low is 35. Clear for tonight with a low of 29. Sunny skies for Wednesday with a high of 57 and a low of 36. And showers are expected for Thanksgiving with a high of 56 and a low of 27. And last but not least, Bonnaroo has announced its 2022 dates. It's June 16th through the 19th. The announcement comes along with their annual Black Friday sale for hardcore Bonnaroovians who can buy cheaper tickets before any of the lineup has been announced. Ticket sales begin at 10 a.m. on their website. This year's festival is pushed back 1 week from the traditional second weekend of June. And that's our News Leader Report for this evening. We invite you to join us each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday evenings at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. for News Leader on 6. Stay safe and have a great evening.